Morning. I'm so glad somebody else is up besides me. Just try to get this glare off. I'm doing laundry, so I'm reading Phantom this morning because I'm way behind and I need to catch up on my reading. So I'm reading Phantom of the Opera. I think I'm only about 4 chapters in, and I know there's a lot of people that are way ahead of me because I've been looking at the Discord and there's other people that are putting in, like they're highlighting the spoilers so nobody can see them. So I want to get a little bit further in my reading today. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully, we'll have another couple of people join. I know it's super early, but I figured if I scheduled sprints, then it would force me to do my reading and my laundry, and maybe it'll help some other people during coffee time too. Hey, Jackie, good morning. I don't know how echoey it is in here. I'm in my beauty room. You can see all of my makeup and stuff up there. That needs to be cleaned out drastically too. Oh, thank you so much. I actually really like this one. I got this one from Spirit Halloween this year. And I've been wanting to watch Creepshow actually, and probably a little bit of Tales from the Crypt too. I've been craving kind of those anthology sort of shows. Hey, Amanda. Thank you so much. Not echoey. Oh, that's good. Perfect. I've been kind of telling myself, like, if I'm going to start doing these live shows and stuff, that I should probably invest in a better microphone. I actually do have one, but it's not fantastic. So probably will do that. I'm just out of the shower too. So happy Sunday morning, everybody. I hope you guys are all in your comfies and ready to get some reading done. Hey, Kat, thank you so much for joining. Good morning. Does everybody have a coffee or a tea or something with them? I'm so excited about this. I think early morning sprints might actually be something that I do um, quite frequently here because morning is when I usually get the bulk of my reading done. I'm no good at night at all. I'm totally an early bird. I'm up at 4:30, so this is kind of a good time for me. Good morning, all. Just give everybody a couple minutes to join, and then I'll pull up the timer. So I figure I know when I'm over on Amy's channel and we do sprints, we usually do like 3 sets, like 2 sets of 45 and then 1 set of 30 minutes and then chat in between. So I hope that's good with everybody and we'll see how it goes by the end as well. Yes, please go make some tea. I think I might go make some too during one of our sprints and get Matthew to bring it up to me. I'm all about the herbal tea lately. I've already had my coffee. He usually makes me like a latte in the morning with like 2 shots of we have an espresso, so he uses 2 shots of Starbucks Pike roast. And then he chills my glass and stuff and makes me a latte. So Matt's love language is making me food. So I'm not mad about that. It's awesome. He also made me pancakes and bacon this morning too. The result of too many late nights. Yes, husbands are needed for making the coffee, you know? I'm over 40 now and I'm realizing I'm totally dependent on my morning cup of joe, whether it's hot coffee or cold coffee, just, caffeine in all of its forms these days. So what's everybody planning on reading? Are you guys reading or gonna do some productivity, or what's everybody planning on doing during these sprints this morning? Yes, he's amazing. I live life on a very high pedestal in my house, actually. I'm actually excited to read a little bit more of Phantom. I still need to schedule probably like a watch party of some kind, and maybe um we can pick a version to watch. I know there's the 2004 version. There's the version with Robert Englund. He plays Phantom of the Opera, but my favorite is the one from the 1940s. Can't remember the actors. But I might pick that one because that one is actually the first one I ever saw even before I listened to the music. I don't know, I think it might have been on TV or something, and I fell in love with it. Drive your plow over the bones of the dead. I mean, that sounds pretty good. That's quite the title. I like that. Good morning. Small favors. I don't think I've heard of that one either. Transferring files from my computer tower to my laptop and reading or redoing my desk setup. Oh, that's quite ambitious. That's an ambitious one. I was saying yesterday on the stream that I need to redo my shelves, my bookshelves, and clean and organize and everything. So maybe I'll schedule like an organization sprint one of these days. The Invisible Man or Open the Gothic Romance. Actually, that book, The Gothic Romance Wave, I want to read that. That looks really, really good. I need to get my hands on that one. Claude Rains, yes. Absolutely. Hey, Christine, yes, it's very early. It's absolutely very early, but like I said before that I'm most productive in the morning, so I figure I'll get a good chunk of reading done, and I'm folding laundry during these sprints. So, and Susan Foster, I haven't seen it in so long. I need to put it on. The Little French Bistro for the Mardi Gras readathon. Yes, that's another readathon going on right now. That sounds like a really cozy book, I'm not gonna lie. Dave and the Busters with what's Dave and the Busters? Is this an American thing? And good morning, Kelly. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sweet Valley, woohoo! I'm so excited that somebody on here is reading a vintage Sweet Valley book. That makes me so happy. Morning sprints. Yeah, I think this might be a regular thing on here, I gotta say, because it looks like other people are up too, and probably people that are east of me because I'm out mountain time. Dave and Buster's is a restaurant. Oh, okay. We have a place here that's kind of like that. I think it's called the Rec Room. Kind of the same sort of feel. So you go in and eat and you can do a buffet or whatever, and they have like mini bowling and arcade and all of that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right. I am going to bring up Pomodoro Kitty. All right. So here we go for the first sprint. So we're going to do, I think, 3 lots and we'll see where we go. So I've got 45 minutes, and then 30 minutes. So that's what we usually do over on Amy's channel. And it works out quite well. So have a good sprint, you guys, and I'll see you on the other side. How was that for everybody? Do you guys get lots of reading done? I actually did read quite a bit of Phantom. But I think for the second sprint, I'm gonna switch from because I've stopped at a really good spot. So I think I might actually switch to the other audiobook that I'm reading right now, which is the second book in the Hex Hall series. Um, has anybody read the Hex Hall series? It's one that I actually hadn't heard about. I don't even know how I found it. I think it came up in like a recommended thing, like you've read this, so why don't you try this? And so I read the first one last month and really, really enjoyed it. So I'm on to book two in that, and I'm actually reading it with my buddy that I carpool with back and forth to work. And she really enjoyed the first one. She's on vacation right now in California. So she downloaded it. So we're going to finish the second book separately and then talk about it when we get back because she's actually not a reader, but she's really into it. So, yeah, I think I might switch to the other one for the second sprint here. So, hey, Em, still working my way through The Snowman by Joe Nesbo, which I've heard of, but I haven't read it. Loving it. So many cool book references. The story is fascinating as well, really picking up at the halfway mark. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. So you must be really getting into the thick of the story now. Hey, Matthew. Hello. Good morning. I had breakfast and started cleaning off my desk, which is a constant chore. I hear you. I hear you. How are you feeling today, Christine? I know you've been a little bit under the weather lately. Hey, Jen, reading The Telltale Heart. Oh, I love it. The Black Cat for the Nevermore Readathon. Awesome. I think I messaged or I mentioned this in one of my videos recently that I've really been craving reading Poe since we read The Widow of Pale Harbor. So I've got to get me some Poe worked into my reading here. Haven't read, you know what? It's one of those books that it's like super silly and it's a dark academia. Of course, it takes place like in this school basically that delinquent witches and demons and all of those people kind of go there, and it's like of course there's an adventure and a mystery happening in this school. It's really, really good. I would highly recommend it. Second breakfast. I'm all about the second breakfast. We're hobbits here, hey? And took care of the animals. Awesome. How far are you in Phantom? I'm only where am I? Um chapter 5. So I'm not that far into it. I've got 4 hours and 40 minutes left and I'm reading it on like 1.5 speed. A lot of people are able to do their audiobooks on like 2 to 2.5 speed, but that's just I can't follow along. Second breakfast is better than first. Absolutely. Hello. Good morning. Legit just woke up. Good. Awesome. Wake up, get right into your reading. The Black Griffin just started it today. One from the 90s. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't read a whole lot of fantasy, but it's like it's one of those things I always say I need to read more of it. One chapters. I spent my time texting a friend and talking to hubby. Well, and your son. I mean, it's all about family time on Sundays, right? Still coughing like crazy. Oh no. Yeah, I get like that too. I'm asthmatic, so like when I get sick, it's just constant coughing all the time. Do you sleep with a humidifier? Because I find that helps. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I've never read it before. I've only ever seen like the movie adaptations and of course like the stage play and stuff. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it if you want just like a really light sort of popcorn read. I think there's 4 books in the series and they go super, super quickly, but they're really entertaining. It kind of surprised me a little bit because it's something that you don't hear a whole lot of people talking about. And I'm like, why are people talking about this book? It came out in like 2011 or something. So it's super old. And I'm like, how have I never heard of this before? Yeah, it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So I read a little bit of Phantom, so I think I'm gonna switch to Hex Hall now and keep doing my laundry. Matt just brought up a whole other bin actually that I have to get through. So eating cheesy grits, yum, courtesy of my hubby. The husbands, let's give the husbands a shout out this morning. I had my coffee made by hubby, and you're having your cheesy grits made by hubby, it's all good. Yeah, 2 times speed is just way too fast. I can do 1.5, but 2 times is just it's way too fast. 1.5, yeah. But, like, the regular speed, I do find a little bit too slow. Yes, everybody send good vibes to Christine, she's a little bit under the weather. I'm hoping you can shake it too, that constant hack is just so annoying. Cheesy grit okay, so as a Canadian, like, I've never had grits, so, it sounds delicious, and I mean, I've seen other people eat them in movies and stuff. I know you're probably laughing at me because I've never had grits before, but it's just not a thing here. Removing stickers from oh my god. The dang stickers on the books, I was just saying earlier that I need to schedule, like, a productivity session where I clean off my bookshelves and reorganize things because 'cause I've got a whole bunch on my shelves now that still have the stickers on the back, and I really need to get them off, and I hate doing it. There's only 2 people in our house, and the amount of laundry for 2 people, like, I can't imagine people who have, like, you know, adults and a bunch of kids. I don't know. It's just a never-ending story, really, the laundry. Me too, Jennifer. Have someone from the South make grits for you. It's a way different experience. I really wanna visit the South one of these days because I just wanna eat all the foods. I just wanna have all of the Southern things. Shrimp and grits, yum. Sounds delicious. I'm getting hungry, you guys. Have you read the Sweep series? No, I haven't heard of this. Really fun YA witchy series. Is also a favorite. You know what? Where's my phone? I got to take a picture of this comment so I can look this up. I'm always looking for like really fun sort of popcorn reads that I can just throw on in the car because I find like after a stressful day at work, I don't wanna read anything, like, super heavy. In the mornings, it's fine, but after a hard day, um, I don't wanna read anything that's too heavy. Yeah, we had a good rant yesterday on the live show about the stickers on the books. For everybody who was in the live show, I think most of you guys were, thank you guys so much for showing up. It was a ton of fun, and having a bunch of friends on with me, it was super fun. Yes. Oh, you know what? I'm there. If you're gonna cook for me and you're gonna cook me all the southern things, I'm there, and I'm bringing Matthew because he is a big time foodie and he would eat all the things. Hey, Froggy. Good morning. Everybody's getting their breakfast on this morning. I love it. So I actually have I just ran down and got some water and I got one of these little things, these chalk exo um little chocolates. So I'm diabetic and chocolate is like my weakness. So I find having stuff like this in the house um kind of like it's still a little bit of a treat, but it's not like overdoing it. So I just had my sugars tested yesterday and I'm waiting for the results to come back. I have to get them done every 3 months. So I'm expecting that this round is not going to be great because of the holidays and things have been a little bit stressful at work. So I haven't been doing my workouts as much as I should be, which I find that's the biggest thing that helps with my sugars. So I got to get back on that. Froggy. New Orleans especially is one of those places like I really, really want to visit. I was watching something the other day on YouTube and it was like a documentary and they were visiting it must have been on Grim Life. It might have been on Grim Life and they were visiting like this haunted cemetery in Georgia. And I know like I would love to go to the cemeteries down there. I think it would be wild. What are you eating, Carly? a bagel and some tea and or oh no, I'm so sorry you're sick. It's been going around. I've been pretty lucky. Matt's been sick a couple of times this winter. I've been pretty lucky, knock on wood. Um, but it's been going around. A lot of people are sick. If chocolate didn't exist, there would be an unhinged. Yes, yes. I don't know what it is, but, like, in the morning I'm late having this one this morning, but usually I have, like, my coffee and one of these little chocolates, and it's just as long as I have that in my morning, I'm okay. Um, Because like, the sugar demons are real with me, and diabetes runs in my family, so it's just I gotta try to keep that under control. No, you can't be sick. I know, everybody is sick right now. I've I've often had this conversation with a couple of other booktubers. It's like we would love to have like a horror tube meetup where we could go to New Orleans or somewhere, say in the South or even here in Canada, and have a meetup and experience all the things. That would be so much fun. Yeah. My amazing baby bat who is 19 is whipping up some brunch for the whole family. Wow, that's awesome. I was saying earlier, Matthew made us pancakes and bacon. That's our Sunday treat. Yes. Yes. It was funny because when Jen came on the live show that we did for the Widow of Pale Harbor, I was like, she had her southern accent, and I love it so much, and it's so funny because when I'm on a show with you guys, I'm like, "Oh my god, I sound so Canadian." Sending well wishes to all who are not feeling well. It's just, ah, I'm sorry, guys, for everyone who's sick. Yeah, I'm really excited actually for the new, Mina book by Amy because that one is based in New Orleans and it has vampires. I mean, you can't get much better. You really can't. Me too, I love bagels, blueberry bagels with honey pecan honey pecan cream cheese? What is this? I've never heard of this before. Is that something you make or, like, can you buy it down there? I've read that book, Christine. Gotten sick 4 months in a row. That sucks. Right before I was supposed to fly to Australia, so I'm rescheduling that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got a girlfriend who's pregnant right now, and, she was sick, like, her entire pregnancy, like, from September, like, right through to last month, and she also had, placenta previa as well, so it's been a really dramatic pregnancy for her, and I just feel terrible because she can't take anything for it. 40th minute a 40-ish minute drive from BC. I so British Columbia is the most western province in Canada, and I'm in Alberta, which is right next to it. So we're about a 10-minute drive, or sorry, 10-hour drive from Vancouver. We're afraid of getting COVID. I had COVID once and it was terrible. I know. I'm getting hungry too. I've got to eat my chocolate. We're going to hop into a sprint here pretty quick. Yeah. Yeah. My magic cocktail that I take every morning, I always take zinc, a multivitamin, and elderberry gummies. And I find it really helps. Yeah. So sorry, Froggy. That sucks that you had to cancel your trip. Yeah, exactly. So, like, she was just in and out of the hospital all the time with her previa, and the baby is like she's super tiny and he's really big, and there's, like, literally no room in there, so she's just a few days away from giving birth. She can't wait. Philly cream cheese has a plethora of flavor, pumpkins. See, you guys get so many more flavors down there than we do. Pumpkin spice cream cheese, cinnamon brown sugar. Oh, we don't get any of that here. None of it. Yeah, I swear by elderberry, I'm not gonna lie. It's and they taste really good too. So, I take gummies because I'm not an adult, I'm a 5-year-old. All right, I'm just gonna set up the next sprint here. All right. And here we go. Have a good sprint, guys. How did everybody do? I switched to Hex Hall, like I said, and really enjoying it. And I'm still folding laundry. Um, I'm making progress though, so I'm glad. Making progress on both points with my reading and my chores. Bye. How is everybody doing with the cold? It's like total polar vortex around here lately. I think it's actually warmed up quite a bit here though, because it was like -40 last week. And this week we're around -18, and these are Celsius, of course. We get a lot of good food down here. That's why we struggle with weight. Yeah, it's starting to get bad around here too with all of the different things. Yes, I honestly, I swear by elderberry. It's such a good supplement to take. So like I said, like usually around the winter, like from October through April or May, I take elderberry gummies and then my multivitamin and a zinc, and it works really, really well. So I would highly recommend it. Alicia is probably long gone. Thank you so much for stopping in. First learned about it in a little shop we have around here. Yeah. And I forget where I learned it. I can't even remember because it wasn't something that I had been taking like for a long time. It's only been over the past couple of years. So, hi, Vanessa. Thank you so much for stopping in. How did everybody do with their sprints? 75% into killing it by Mike. Oh, good. That's awesome. I ate and finished my coffee. I need to have another one. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. We've got one more sprint to go. And I think, I'm not sure if I want to stay home or maybe go out for a cappuccino, like actually go out for a coffee and maybe a treat and get Matthew to take me to the thrift store. Might go into the big city. Nice chunk into the Gothic romance. Wait, how are you liking it? Is it good? I'm assuming it is. It looks fantastic. I really want to read that one. Finish rereading and annotating The Telltale Heart. I remember reading The Telltale Heart like way back, I don't know, like grade 8 or something. And I thought it was so creepy. Did some laundry, story of our lives, started filling out my planner for the upcoming week. Aren't you productive? Good for you. I have to catch up on my content planning because I'm a little bit behind. And now, since the announcement is out, I've started a Patreon also. So now I have to add Patreon videos into my content planning as well. Supposed to have freezing rain here tonight. Yeah. So it's supposed to be getting warm here. I think today or tomorrow is the last cold day we have. And then we have a Chinook rolling in. So if you don't know what a Chinook is, basically it's hot air that comes in from the mountains and it pushes out the cold air. But it creates a lot of atmospheric pressure and either you get them or you don't, but there's like Chinook headaches. So I usually end up with migraines because it goes from like -20 to like +10 within 24 hours, and it's awful. Yes, Jackie, I was wondering how you were doing with your desk setup. That's awesome. 2 screens, so I feel like an evil genius in an 80s. I find it hard to exist without 2 screens now. It's so funny because, like, even at work, like, I have my 2 big ones and then even sometimes my laptop on the side, and, you do kind of feel like an evil genius. 35 pages, I made it to chapter 29, good stuff. I'm really excited too. It's one of those things, I'm always so scared to do things. I'm scared to do these live shows. I'm scared to put out my Patreon or start the book club or whatever. And I think it stems from my anxiety issue. And so, like I said on the live show yesterday, this year is going to be my year of like getting over myself. Like, if nobody joins, nobody joins. It's totally fine. And it doesn't mean that, like, I'm gonna care about my patrons more than my regular viewers because, like, I appreciate anybody who, like, even clicks on one of my videos. Like, it just kind of blows me away. Gothic Romance Wave is pretty good so far. It's converted a little history of Gothic literature and the birth of popular pulp Gothic romance subgenre. That's really interesting. I haven't read a whole lot of the Gothic romances from the 50s and 60s. I've gotta get into that a little bit more. I think I'll stop there with my reading for the time being. I need to get dressed and work on some productivity tasks. Excellent. Yeah, it's a whole thing, the migraines with the weather change. It's funny because people that aren't used to it around here, like in the mountains, when it jumps like 30 degrees within a day, they're like, "What the heck is going on?" And it's totally normal around here, especially in the wintertime. You guys inspired me to actually eat breakfast. That's good. 25 pages into Sweet Valley. I think you said it was Sweet Valley number 2, right? And, that's awesome. And I love how everybody's having breakfast together. So we'll have to make this like a regular Sunday thing where we all get breakfast and our coffees and we read and be productive. I'm feeling really productive actually today. I'm glad that I did this because like I said, I'm more useful in the mornings and now we can be useful together. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, I don't know. I think we all feel it, but you know what? It's actually when I'm talking to people within the community and other booktubers, especially booktubers that have bigger channels than mine, and you know, everybody is so supportive at like, just do it, get out of your comfort zone, do all the things. And like there's so many things in my head that I want to do this year. And like I said, it's gonna be the year of me trying to break out of all of that. Fear can kill your absolutely, it can. It really, really can, and that's part of my problem. The older I've gotten, the more we realize just need to go for it, and so it's funny because it's almost like I hit 40, so I'm 41 now. I hit 40, and I just don't give a crap anymore. Like, I've always wanted a lot of tattoos. So this year I was like, I'm just going to do it. I don't care what people think. I don't care that it hurts. I don't care that, it's taboo or like especially hand tattoos or like job stoppers or whatever. I don't care. I want to dress in black. I want to do my makeup like over the top. I want to have tattoos. I want to do my Patreon. I want to have my book club. Like I want to have all the things. And so I'm over it. And my husband is the most amazing supporter. And whatever I want to do, he's like, just do it. Write your book, do your Patreon, do your booktube thing. Like just do all the things. He's like, you're amazing. And like I wish I could see that for myself, but it's just so hard for me because my brain constantly tells me lies and I'm trying to push back against that. Yes. Weekly breakfast productivity sprints. Let's do it. The imposter syndrome is real with me, and it's something that I've talked to my therapist about a lot. And it's really, really, really hard for me. It really is. And I totally empathize with everyone else who goes through the same kind of thing. And a lot of people don't understand, they just don't get it. And it's like, it's okay if you don't understand, but please just be empathetic with, the constant struggle that goes on in my head, like day in and day out. It's exhausting. So I'm really trying to break out of that this year. Oh, perfect. Would have not gotten my office organized without this sprint. Excellent. I would have been on the couch too, having that second coffee and probably watching a movie or something. So let's do this. Maybe next time I'll actually make yes, let's do it. We're setting these up, so we'll have these weekly and get your breakfast, get your coffee. Maybe I'll have Matthew on a couple of times too, because if you guys ever saw the video that I did with him, I think it was last year, and he like picked my TBR. He's absolutely hilarious, so that would be a lot of fun. Almost 49 in the 40s. I think it is for a lot of people. Like when you hit your 40s, you just don't care anymore. Like your 20s, you're still making mistakes. 30s, you're kind of figuring stuff out. And I feel very empowered in my 40s. I'm not gonna lie. Turning 40 this year, congratulations. Definitely experiencing the same feels of wanting to just do what makes me happy. And I'm here for it. We need a support group for everybody that's like 40 and above to realize our dreams. You're awesome. I feel like coming into my own. Yeah, And I mean, and we've had this conversation before, right? Just in private chats. And by the way, I love having like just private conversations with people on Instagram and just being supportive and being wonderful for each other. So if anybody ever needs to reach out, like please do. I'm always here. Once I hit 40 and read A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, my mindset changed. The ego loves you to feel fearful. And that's, we need to put that on a shirt. The ego loves you to feel fearful. I've read it more twice more since then. One of my favorite books. I got to read this. That sounds fantastic. And it sounds like it would help me break me out of this mindset I've been in. So actually, my first tattoo was my wedding band, which has fallen out quite badly. It needs to be touched up. But I started on my arm piece there just before New Year's. So it's Celtic inspired, of course. And so we're going to continue the same design up to here. And so I'm getting this part and up to my elbow done with the same design. And it has some Celtic pagan imagery in there. And then, so I have 2 full sleeves that are completely planned. So up to here is starting February 9th. I have my appointment. So I'm super, super excited. But can we talk about the tattoo flu for a minute? Because holy crap, like the day after the night of and the day after I got my tattoo, I was so ill. I was tired. I had a bad stomach. I felt like I was coming down with something. I had a fever. And then when I looked it up, like this tattoo flu is a whole thing. So at least I'm prepared for it now. I joined your Patreon this morning. Oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm so excited about this. I was so scared about starting it, and I'm so happy I did. And I'm so excited to be talking about other things with you guys outside, just our regular book chat. The 40s is where it's at. I'm going with that. We need a 40 and above club. Thanks for the book rec. Yes, Kat, thank you so much. That's great. Booktube is the best. We have such an amazing community, and like even within like say HorrorTube, like within the Booktube community, it's just the most amazing people. I've made some of my like, I would say bookish friends, but like actual friends, like real life. I know we've never met, but like real life people that I would consider friends in the Booktube community. It's fantastic. New Earth falls in the spirituality realm. Breaking away from the ego. This sounds so good. I'm going to have to check that out because I think it will be really helpful with my situation. Yes, there's something called tattoo flu. And so basically, because of all the needles in your skin, like it activates your immune system. So you feel like, if you've ever had a flu shot, it kind of feels like that afterwards. I had a horrible fever. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm so excited to get my tattoos. Like I said, like my whole life, I've wanted to be heavily tattooed. And now that I've made that decision and I'm doing it, and Matthew is so supportive. He's like, we don't have kids. We both have good jobs. He's like, just do it if this is what you want to do. And I mean, I'm going for it. It's being done. So genre, not realm, folklore is on my mind. Yes. But I mean, it still did fit in there when you said realm as well. Yeah, I think it's one of those things you get it or you don't. Kind of like the Chinook headaches that I was talking about. But yeah, I felt like crap the next day. So there's actually a mobile IV clinic here in my community that you can just book it and they will come give you fluids. So I'm kind of thinking that the day after, because it's Friday night that I'm getting my next tattoo, maybe on the Saturday morning, I'll book an IV just to get some extra nutrients and some fluids and stuff because that was terrible. I was a good 48 hours. The itch. Oh, so a couple of weeks ago when I was still really healing, I was kind of in that half awake, half asleep stage, and I scratched. Oh my goodness. It was the worst, like probably worse pain than actually getting the tattoo. Yeah, it's a whole thing, you know, so at least I'm prepared for it now, when I go in for my next one and I know that I'm gonna get it every single time. So it's almost like, okay, book it on a Friday night so at least you have Saturday and Sunday to completely get over it. Interesting. The tattoo addiction is oh my god. I After I had my wedding band done, and the reason we had these done is because Matt broke his wedding band for the second time and he couldn't find one that he liked. And so I was like, why don't we just get them tattooed? Because sometimes I get overstimulated with jewelry. So we did that. And after I did that, I was like, that's it. I'm starting. So it's just going to be a progression all winter and spring. And then hopefully by the summer, I'll have some nice sleeves to show off. When you said tattoo flu, I thought you meant how once you get the tattoo, it becomes like a virus. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could describe it that way too. Absolutely. Now have 5 more and another planned. We're gonna have to share tattoos and ideas and what you're getting. I wanna know what you're getting. All right. I'm gonna set up the next here we go, options. So this one is gonna be our final sprint, 30 minutes. And I hope you guys have a good sprint, and I'll see you on the other side for more tattoo talk. How did we all do on the last sprint? Oh, I don't want to do that. Sorry. How did we all do on that last sprint? I actually got to a really good part of my book, so I'm really excited to continue with this one. So I'm on, like I said, I'm on book 2 in the Hex Hall series. So really, really super excited. So back to tattoo talk. Knowing how I itch when I'm half asleep if I get it up, it's gonna happen. It will, especially if you get it like anywhere like in this area. Um, it was terrible. I woke myself up in a panic because I was like in so much pain. I think with me too, it's kind of like it's like an ADHD thing where you get like overstimulated when things are touching you and you don't want it to touch you. So like I always had a problem with wearing rings, especially. I don't know, it's really weird. So I'm actually really, really glad that we decided to get our wedding bands tattooed. 5 so far, but always itching for more. I don't think it ever stops. I'm just addicted to the pain. I know when he did my knuckles, getting my knuckles done, oh my god, that was, especially when he went over them the second time for the shading, I thought I was gonna die. It hurt so bad. I would say it was a 9 out of 10 for sure. Need to get my wedding rings resized. That's always an issue, right? I had my actual wedding band, resized, I don't know how many times, but I always hated wearing it because it was Matt's grandmother's and then his mother's, and then I got it, so I'm always afraid I'm gonna like, the stone is gonna come out or whatever, so I wear it still sometimes, but not very often. Froggy is a frog, one of your tattoos. Please tell me it is. Sorry, I'm losing my spot in the comments here. Not yet, but eventually. Yeah, it's time to get on that. We need a froggy tattoo. Logging off to eat lunch. Hopefully everyone had a lovely Sunday. Looking forward to it. Yeah, so let's do these morning sprints for Sundays. We can plan like our breakfasts and coffees and get some productivity done. I bet they're cool, Carly. I bet they are. We're gonna need some pictures. We're gonna need some pictures for sure. I'm turning 40 this year, ready to join the club and get more tattoos. That's it. We're doing like an over 40 sprint group here. So support group for over 40 and getting over ourselves and just doing all the things we've always wanted to do. 90% into killing it. Well done. Read like 2 pages. My house is hopping. Well, you have a big household, and so I'm amazed that you could get any reading done. I have to say I did stop, like, once the chapter ended, I stopped and I watched TikTok for a couple of minutes, so started rereading it, and The Black Cat. I haven't read that one for, like, years. I have to reread that one. Like I said, I need to get some more Poe in my life as it is, so yeah, I think I'm caught up on comments. I hope everybody had productive sprints, whatever you were working on, whether you were reading or organizing, doing laundry. I actually feel very accomplished because the floor drobe has been cleaned up. So very, very excited. So I will see all of you guys next Sunday. Of course, I'll have my regular video up as well on YouTube, and excited for all of the Patreon shenanigans too. Go make another cuppa. Excellent. Yes, major sensory issues. I'm claustrophobic as well, so I totally hear you on that one. Sunday breakfast sprints might be really great for Gothic Hearts reading. Yes, let's do that. Thanks for the sprints. Thank you guys so much for joining in. This was a lot of fun. I'm really excited. So let's do this. I'll schedule them in for the rest of the month for sure if anybody's up for Sunday mornings. See you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.